All right, now let's get real about self awareness. This is part two. This is going to be a follow up from last week's Inner Circle video. And I recently ran a LinkedIn poll. Over 2,000 people looked at the poll. And here's the kicker: 94%, as of today, the poll's still open. 94% of people claimed that they had moderate to high self awareness. That's pretty close to what Dr. Tasha Eurich found in her research, where 95% of people believe that they were self aware. But here's the twist: only 10 to 15% in the meta analysis of it actually demonstrated that they had any level of self awareness. So while most of us think that we see ourselves clearly, the reality is that self awareness is harder to achieve than we realize. But here's the good news: if you can acknowledge that there's a gap and you dig into that uncomfortable space, you're already taking a step that most people never do. And the benefits of this journey are massive. Self aware people tend to make better decisions, have healthier relationships, and they live more fulfilling lives. So today I'm going to share 4 tactical steps with you that help you close the gap and start building genuine self awareness. The first one: observe your patterns. First things first, you got to start by looking at the patterns in your life. All right, think of this as tracking calories or tracking the steps that you do on a day-to-day basis. Some of you guys have the watch or the Aura rings, all of those things. This is no different. Grab a journal, write down your responses and your reactions all throughout the day. Notice where you have situational triggers that may lift you up and those that actually put you down. This practice is going to help you see patterns that you might not consciously know of otherwise. It's like creating a map of tendencies, giving you a better view of where you might be getting in your own way. Okay. The second step, number 2, is asking for feedback. We all have blind spots. That's part of ourselves that we can't see, and many of us don't own them. And that's why it's important to seek feedback from people who you see in different settings. It could be your spouse, close acquaintances, friends, a trusted colleague, people that you work with that you don't spend a lot of time with. But maybe you're in different departments and you have to work on particular projects together. Honest feedback gives you an outside perspective on how you show up. And it can often be that gentle or not so gentle wake-up call that you need. But remember, feedback is a gift, and it's an opportunity to see yourself through the eyes of others and understand how you might be impacting the people around you. If you struggle to get real feedback, ask someone for advice instead of feedback. It creates this level of partnership and changes the levels of the expectations. Try it. See if it helps you get more than just asking for feedback. Number 3, focus on what questions instead of why question. Why did I do that? What does this reveal about me? That's a better way of asking. What values, what beliefs, what fears might be driving this type of response? Shifting to a what pattern, what questions, keeps you out of the judgment mode, and it puts you in the learning mode. You're not tearing yourself down, you're observing and growing. And this simple change in language can make all the differences in your self-awareness journey. And number 4, evaluate alignment with your values. Self-aware isn't just about observing who you are, it's about shaping who you want to be. A big part of this is checking in with your actions and making sure that they align with those values. There's a disconnect if you say you value honestly, but you find yourself avoiding tough conversations, or you find yourself avoiding asking for advice or for feedback. And that gap is a signal. It's a signal that you have an opportunity to align with who you are, what you do. And when you consistently align the values, you build more trust within yourself and with others. Now, there's something that I'm going to introduce. It's called shadow work that I've been studying for about 5 or 6 months now. And if you're ready to take this even deeper, I want to introduce that idea to you. It's a practice of exploring the parts of yourself that you tend to hide from, suppress, or maybe you deny. And it's uncomfortable. I get it. But here's the real thing. If you want true self-awareness, That means you have to acknowledge not just the strengths, but also the parts of yourself that you might not like. Maybe you've been told something most of your life and you now believe that. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's a fear of failure or a tendency to react defensively when criticized. By shining a light on these shadow parts, as we call it, you get to know yourself in a way that's honest and real. Like that truly is authenticity. And the more you bring these hidden parts to the light, the less they are going to control you. So to help you get started, here are 3 prompts or exercises that you can reflect on. Take some time, sit with each one of these and see what comes up. The first prompt, I want you to think of a recent situation where you felt challenged. How did you react? What does this reaction reveal about your underlying motivations or your underlying fears? Number 2, reflect on a decision that you made quickly. What influenced the choice? And would you make the same decision with a little more reflection? This can reveal a lot about what drives you. And then number 3, notice your energy levels throughout the day. Are there certain tasks that light you up and others that just simply drain you? What does this tell you about how you're spending your time and what truly matters to you? Like, I'll give you an example. On Saturdays, I have to go in and do some of the bookkeeping for my company. Now, this absolutely drains me. Now, for me, it's important to understand that things that drain me, I have to assign either to delegate, automate, or eliminate. Now, I can't be working past and getting away from bookkeeping for the company, right? So clearly that is something that I am working on and in the process of delegating out to someone else. But we don't always have the opportunity to delegate. If it's a new business, maybe you don't have the funds, the income to delegate. And maybe some of these things are things you have to do, but it tells a secret to what is really important to you and where your unique ability or working genius is. So as we go through this, I have a closing challenge for you, okay? I want you to observe your reactions, ask for feedback, and journal on these prompts that we discussed. Remember that real growth comes from small, consistent actions. But as we wrap up, here's my challenge to you. For 1 week, I want you to practice self-awareness, whether it's observing your actions, asking for feedback, or journaling on the prompts that we discussed. Remember that real growth comes from small, consistent actions. If you're serious about gaining a deeper understanding and would like a clearer view of your self-awareness level, I'm offering a significant discount of 60%. This discount is for $300 for the month of November, and this will require you to schedule 45 minutes of your time, and this will set you on a path to join the 12 to 15% that are self-aware. Think about what's possible when you genuinely are self-aware. You make better decisions, you strengthen your relationships, you become more resilient in life's ups and downs. Self-aware people tend to be better leaders. They know how to inspire others, and they respond effectively under pressure because they understand what their response needs to be. And keep this in mind. When you focus on providing value to others, you unlock more freedom for yourself in return. And self-awareness is the foundation. It's going to empower you to bring more value into the world and build a life that aligns with your own personal values.